In this video, we're going to talk about how to find the volume of cones and pyramids. If you already know how to find the volume of a cylinder and a rectangular prism, which you do or should know how to do, this will be really easy as long as we remember one thing. So the first question I'm going to ask is, how many pyramids do you think it would take to fill up a matching rectangular prism? All right, so we're going to look at a short video that's going to show us how many pyramids it's going to take to fill up a rectangular prism. So on the left here we have a pyramid, and it's filled with water and it's pouring into a rectangular prism. So it poured in one time. Alright, and now he's going to pour in the second time. And as you see, there's a little bit more room. Let's see, is it going to use the whole one or not? Perfect. So, as you can see, it takes 3 pyramids to fill up a matching rectangular prism. So therefore, the volume of a pyramid, which you should write somewhere, is going to be 1/3 length times width times height. So we're taking the volume of a prism, a rectangular prism, which is length times width times height, and we're multiplying it by 1/3 or dividing it by 3. All right, so you can write it that way, or you can write V, the volume, equals length times width times height over 3. Both of those, same formula. All right. So now, that was the volume of a pyramid. So let's ask the same question. How many cones would it take to fill up a cylinder? So again, we're going to watch a really short video to show you how many cones it's going to take to fill up a cylinder. So now on the right we have a cone, on the left we have a cylinder. Let's see how many cones fill up a cylinder. Okay, so that's once. Twice. And again, 3 times perfectly fills it up. So just like a prism and a pyramid, right, our formula for volume of a cone is going to be 1/3 pi r squared h. So again, we're taking that volume of a cylinder and we're multiplying it by 1/3. Or we could write volume equals pi r squared h divided by 3. All right, both of those work. If you just remember that cones and pyramids are 1/3 of a cylinder and then a prism, then you will be good to go with the volume. All right, so to give one quick example of a pyramid. So as before, I said that the volume of a pyramid is going to be 1/3 length times width times height. All right, and it's a little more difficult to see just because it's a triangle. However, the dotted line again right here is showing us the height of the pyramid. And then we have the base, length and width, which is 8 times 5. So you always want the length and width of the base times the height of the pyramid. Oops. So we have volume equals 1/3 length times width times height. Then we have volume equals 1/3. I'll say length is 8, width is 5, and height is 11. So 1/3 times 8 times 5 times 11. All right, volume equals 1/3, and we multiply that all the way out. So 8 times 5 times 11. So volume equals 1/3 of 440 Okay, and then when we divide by, or multiply by 1/3, we can also just divide by 3. So I'm going to take 440 divided by 3. So volume equals 146.67 because I need to round to the nearest hundredth. And then volume is always cubed, so miles, mi cubed. And that is our answer. All right, so now if we move over to a cone, as I said before, the volume is equal to 1/3 pi r squared h. Okay, so we need to know the radius and we need to know the height. So the radius is the diameter divided by 2. So right now this dotted line is showing us the diameter. So the radius is going to be 7. That's half of 14. So we substitute numbers into our formula. So volume equals 1/3 pi. Radius is 7 squared times 14, which is the height. Right? So just as in circles or cylinders, we need to always write it in terms of pi. So I'm going to have to keep multiplying out. So volume equals 1/3 pi. 7 squared is 49. Oops, 49 times 14. All right, so now we have volume equals 1/3 pi. 49 times 14 is 686. All right, so we're going to divide that by 3 so that we have an answer in terms of pi. So volume equals 228.67 pi. And then as always, our last step is to multiply it out, multiply that number times pi. 67 pi. And so our final volume, and I'm going to write it up here because I'm running out of room, volume equals 718.39 feet cubed. All right, so you need both this answer and this answer that I have up here in terms of pi and as a number rounded out. All right, so you're ready to go and work on your own. When you're done, check your answers. Just remember the formulas for those volumes. If you haven't written them down yet, I suggest you write them somewhere in your notes to remember them. If you have questions, please just ask. Good luck.